Italian stardom through the lens of a director. In recent years, Italian film stars Marcello Mastroianni and Tony Servillo have frequently been compared to one another. Servillo has often been referred to as the younger version of the late Mastroianni. This association surpasses their comparable levels of notoriety in Italian cinema. The actors share many commonalities, however, their portrayals and embodiment of the beloved character archetype, the Latin lover, have remarkable parallels. From their wardrobes to their mannerisms, Mastroianni and Servillo have earned reputations for each being a ladies' man. These reputations are largely attributable to the actor-director relationships between Marcello Mastroianni and Federico Fellini, as well as Tony Servillo and Paolo Sorrentino. Both directors played friend and mentor roles to each respective actor. Being that Sorrentino admitted to pulling from Fellini for inspiration, audiences can assume many of the similarities between Mastroianni and Servillo were constructed, as Servillo is extremely close with Sorrentino. However, there are some notable differences between each duo's use and interpretation of the Latin lover. Mastroianni embodied a traditional version of the character, where Servillo exemplifies a contemporary Latin lover. Mastroianni could be described as suave, while Servillo could be viewed more so as a player. These similarities and differences are both representative of the perspectives of Fellini and Sorrentino.
Marcello Mastroianni was a star well known for his performance both on and off the screen. What is unique about the stardom and persona of Marcello Mastroianni was his willingness to completely give up control and build a trusting relationship with his mentor and director, Federico Fellini. Together, Fellini and Marcello built the character archetype we know now as the Latin lover. La Dolce Vita introduced the world of cinema to Mastroianni and his cool, calm romanticism. One aspect of Mastroianni's stardom that remained consistent throughout his life was his conflicted acceptance of the term Latin lover. Mastroianni had an openness about his relationship and womanizing tendencies. However, he was always hesitant about the actual term Latin lover. Together, Fellini and Mastroianni made many movies, notably La Dolce Vita, 8½, and The City of Women. In each of these roles, Mastroianni takes on the role of a stereotypical male, looking for power, lusting for women, and reversely, looking for deeper meaning in life. As part of the Latin lover persona, Marcello's characters often have a both larger-than-life charisma, but also a deep-rooted sadness and fear of inadequacy. The fear of missing something bigger is evident in each of his roles. However, that aspect of character is not often seen in Mastroianni's off-screen persona in interviews and paparazzi pictures. Mastroianni's on- and off-screen persona are similar in the way of the women he's attracted to and the relationships he's in. He's also known for his impeccable dress and style choices, and his favorable physical appearance, and his charisma and comedic charm. On screen, Mastroianni admits that he is drawn to work with Fellini because Fellini treats him like a baby. Mastroianni could rely on his director to dress him, feed him lines, and explicitly tell him who his character needed to be. After La Dolce Vita, that directing moved off stage and into their friendship. Fellini would help Mastroianni stay relevant and true to his on-screen persona by maintaining his physical appearance and weight, his hairstyle, clothing style, and making sure Mastroianni was always in the right personal company, which was young, attractive, and scandalous in a muted way. Over the years, as Marcello wanted separation from his Latin lover association, he began pursuing romantic comedies which capitalized on the other highlighted personality trait. Unlike the womanizer characters he played, Marcello's comedy roles were inspired by him rather than he be inspired by the roles. As part of each of his roles in both romantic dramas as well as romantic comedies was this aspect of fear. Marcello's characters always had an underlying fear of never reaching their potential success, power, love, and peace. The fast-paced lifestyle of fleeting romances with his characters always led to some form of self-contemplation during the films in which Mastroianni explores if the Latin lover's larger-than-life lifestyle was worth the sacrifice of the typical life. During moments of contemplation, there is a sadness and potentially even a guilt that exposes itself through body language rather than words. These scenes are important not only for character development, but also allow the audience to view Mastroianni in a rare, disheveled form. The aspect of his persona was not often seen from Mastroianni in his off-screen appearances. Mastroianni went on Letterman in 1987, where he both rejects the term Latin lover while also completely embodying the role. He describes the women he is interested in while also dazzling the audience with his comedic and engaging charisma. This interview highlights both Mastroianni's on and off-screen stardom.
Well,
what a destiny!
but you, it must be a living hell. But tell us a little bit about your life with women. Let's talk about your marriage a little bit.
I want to tell you really secret. I'm looking, this nice girl that are in the coffee shop, espresso, when you're going to espresso, and she said, oh yes, drink, espresso.
Right.
Yeah, somebody else coming again. Espresso, cappuccino, she drink, always smiling, nice, simpatica. I'm looking for this woman, for this girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I am in time. Because I would like a girl about 25, 26.
Right.
No, younger. 28, 32, 33. Possible 40.
For the past 20 years, Tony Servillo has achieved great success as an actor in the world of Italian cinema, and a great deal of it has to be attributed to the roles he portrayed in Paolo Sorrentino's films. The two men share a long professional partnership, as well as an off-screen friendship which began all the way back in 2001, with Sorrentino's picture L'uomo in più. Since then, the two collaborated on 6 movies, with the most successful being La Grande Bellezza, which won an Oscar for the Best Foreign Feature Film in 2014. The reason why Servillo and Sorrentino share such a strong bond can be found through a series of characteristics. Indeed, they both share the same birthplace, meaning the city of Naples, and both are driven by a fierce passion for every aspect of the art of cinema. Furthermore, both share an appreciation for calmness and contemplation, which is a staple in Servillo's acting, as he often appears indolent and impassive, with melancholic undertones. A constant ironic approach to life is also a common ground among the two, and irony is indeed the preferred tool through which they wish to narrate their world. Sorrentino's choice of employing Servillo in several of his projects must also come down to the actor's ability to really reinvent himself for each role. Indeed, his characters often vary, such as in the case of Il Divo, where he had to undergo an evident physical transformation through the use of heavy makeup and by changing his posture in order to fully impersonate former Italian politician Giulio Andreotti. This role is very different, for example, to that of the protagonist's Neapolitan father in È stata la mano di Dio, in which he portrays a much more upbeat and fun-loving character with very little use of makeup.
All of the roles that Mastroianni and Servillo have played have been attributed to their greater public image. Had it not been for the close actor-director relationship, this image would not be as intact and the stars would not be known as widely as they are today. Once we look into the array of characters and tropes that the actors have played, we will find that they are saying something more about the directors themselves. The close relationships between Fellini and Mastroianni and Sorrentino and Servillo serve as the avenue for both directors to express something of meaning about their own experiences and personal life. A common theme in Fellini's movies is that of a lacking closure, whether it's in actual situations or in relationships between the characters. When Fellini wants to convey that he lacked closure with his father during a time when his father had died, Mastroianni plays a desperate, superficial character chasing intimacy in La Dolce Vita. This flaw is especially highlighted in the scenes between him and his dad. The public perceives this desperation as another aspect to add to his grander personality, digesting it as passionate or mysterious. Sorrentino also mirrors a similar relationship with Servillo in The Hand of God, where Servillo plays the father of a character who is supposed to represent Sorrentino himself. This orchestration between the directors' lives and the public image of the actors shows another layer of importance surrounding the relationships between the two.
Mastroianni and Fellini and Servillo and Sorrentino's reactions to stardom are the overarching similarities between the actor-director pairs. Throughout their careers, Mastroianni and Servio, along with Fellini and Sorrentino, worked to find a balance between individuality and conformity. They were influenced by audience reactions to their already fabricated sense of self. Each pair struggled to find the balance between accepting and rejecting their image, a thing relevant to all individuals, but that is amplified on the big screen. This cycle of reaction led to Mastroianni and Servio to become characters themselves, an inevitable result of Italian stardom through the lens of a director.